Hello, everyone. I'm Sophie from Maison Jupiter. Welcome to Beyond the Stars. I'm so happy you are here to watch this amazing show that we're having today for you. It's Judy Garland, of course, Judy Garland. If you don't know her, let me tell you, you know her. She is the one that did Star is Born, not the newer version, of course, but the one before that. She's the one that did Meet Me in St. Louis, and she is the one that did Wizard of Oz, which explains what I'm wearing today. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you think I'm going fast, it's because you know what? I just recorded this show and I was talking alone apparently. The recording stopped, so now I have to do it all again for you with pleasure, of course. And this is the one that is going to stick and be recorded. And okay, so let's start with the first card, and I'm going to give you my spiel before I start with the real show. I want to check Judy Garland's energy. I don't have my camera for my card. I will have to do it the old-fashioned way because that's what stopped the recording the first time. So let's see. Judy Garland energy. I want to see what is her soul made of. I'm going to take 3 cards. And I'm using my old Hollywood deck for this. Judy Garland soul, please. It is what I expected. So we have the Temperance. We have, I'm just going to show it a little bit bigger. I'm just going to ask Coco. Can you put me bigger, please? Thank you. So we can see the card. So we have the Temperance. We have a 9 of Swords. So this is the card about anxiety. We have High Priestess. And we have a 9 of Cups. I think those cards describe her perfectly. Why? Because yes, she was really talented. She was doing a lot of different things, a lot of talent. And the Temperance for me is the Libra energy. So she was also very people pleasing. She was trying to put water in her wine. So that means that she's trying to make others really happy and maybe put her own needs back and to be able to please studio. But that is causing a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress and headache. And we have behind the scene. High Priestess means behind the scene. What is hidden? We have 9 of Cups. You may think that this is a perfect image of people having their wish coming true, which is present the card of 9 of Cups. But it's also problem with addictions, which we're going to talk about today. So behind the scene, she's not somebody that has it all. She's somebody who is suffering with abundance of substances. We're going to talk about this. So before I go on more with this show, if you want to book a reading with me, you can book at maisonjupiter.com. And this is where you can find also a creation of your own natal chart if you haven't done it yet and you're curious to know about it. And you can book with me right there in the right corner, the red corner, I should say. It's the 1-hour personal reading. I do mediumship, past life, and I do your tarot for you for what is coming. And also if you have questions about anything, your energy, where you come from, and whatever pops in your mind that you want to know. Also, be a member of this amazing community on YouTube. It's Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 003 and also on Rumble. Let's start. So grab your popcorn. We're starting this show. We are starting with Judy Garland when she was young. So we are going back to June 10th, 1922, when she was born in Minnesota. Her parents was owning a little theater in Minnesota, and her 2 older sisters were performing as the Gum Sister. Why the Gum Sister? Because Judy Garland's real name is Frances Ethel Gum. Frances Ethel Gum. I don't know for you, I like it, but I prefer Judy Garland. Let me know which one you prefer. So those 2 older sisters that she has were performing on stage. This is the Gum Sisters, and with Judy, she is the younger one. They were performing before Judy, so alone, those two elders, with their mother. So the mother was playing piano, and those two sisters were dancing and singing. At age 2, Judy was on stage with them performing the song Jingle Bell. And apparently she liked it so much that they had to grab her and force her out of the stage. She was kicking and screaming and still singing Jingle Bell when they remove her from the stage at age 2. You can say she loved it. She loved the stage very early on. That was her passion. The father of those sisters was apparently having an affair with younger males, so they had to move, they had to leave everything behind and basically do shows on the road while living in their car because of the time, and that it's not something that was possible at that time, if you see what I'm saying. In 1932, she was in an article in Vanity. The article talked about Judy and her 8 years of performing. That brought a lot of attention on Judy, and it's not a surprise that shortly after, in 1935, she signed her first contract with MGM. In 1935, when she signed her contract, she changed her name to Judy Garland, and the same year, she was 13 at the time, by the way. The same year, her father passed. So she had an amazing event in her life, her big contract, her big break, and at the same time, an horrible grief. So that was a very conflicting year for her and a lot of emotions for her. At 13 years old, the studio didn't know really what to do with her. She was not old enough to do women. She was too old to do children like Shirley Temple. So they weren't sure what to do with her. She did a little contract here and there, some movies, but no big break for her. So she had a big break, if you wanted to say it like that, with Wizard of Oz, but that came because she was singing at a birthday party for Clark Gable, and that attracted the attention of people there that recognized her like a possible Dorothy for the movie Wizard of Oz because of her amazing voice. MGM described her as, let me go back, as an extraordinary voice attached to a mediocre body with a badly flawed face. That's not something you want to be told. So she was not the first choice for the role of Dorothy in Wizard of Oz because they wanted to have Shirley Temple. They wanted to have the little girl. And what they did instead of adjusting the role for Judy Garland, they simply asked Judy Garland to become basically Shirley Temple with a better voice. And this is where the trouble starts because she is 16 approximately at the time, and we're asking her to become a child. Yeah, red flag, red flag. On the screen, you see Shirley Temple and you see Judy Garland. So what does that entail, becoming a child? Yeah, stick with me on that. So we have her on an extreme strict diet. The diet was chicken soup, black coffee, cigarettes, and drugs that I cannot say the words, but it's to give you a lot of energy, a lot. So losing weight. So basically, she was on a lot of stimulant and not a lot of substance. So she was losing muscle, she was losing energy, but she was given energy by something completely chemical and completely fake. And they taped her breast, of course, and they put her in a corset to be able to look like Shirley Temple. Yeah, red flag, red flag, red flag. The studio doctors put her on those pills, but the mother agreed, and the mother of Judy Temple, wow, Judy Garland agreed to that. And allegedly, the mother of Judy Garland was already giving her such things from age 9, 10. So this is something that a lot of people argue about. So I'm just going to say allegedly. Let's take cards about this treatment of hers. Was there other stuff that was maybe done to her that we don't know? What was the treatment of Judy Garland around the time of Wizard of Oz with MGM. What was the treatment of Judy Garland? I'm going to take 3 cards, and the old-fashioned way, I'm going to show you the cards. Okay, I have 2. One more, please. Thank you. So we have a 6 of Cups, which is normally a card with children on it. We have the King of Swords, and we have a 2 of Pentacles. Okay, that's probably very disturbing. I just took one more to just explain the 2 of Pentacles before I go on a very dark road. It's pretty much it, right? It's pretty much it. Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty much it. So King of Swords for me is the surgeon card. She had surgery. People said she didn't have technically surgery. They just made her nose pointy at the end. It's technically surgery for me. So you decide, let me know if you think it's surgery. They insert disc in her nose to make the end just pointy. So yeah, they made her look like they wanted her to look. So this is painful. We have 6 of Cups. Very weird to have the 6 of Cups with those image on it, because it's supposed to be children on this card. So she was asked to grow up very fast. And if you see how this woman is dressed with this man, we are not going to say those words, but just know, wink, wink. I think she was asked to grow up really quickly physically, if you know what I'm saying here. Okay, and then we have a 2 of Pentacles that is explained with 8 of Cups, and we have the director on this card, the King of Pentacles. So she is asked to keep 2 of Pentacles is somebody juggling. So we ask her to keep this very young, youthful, innocent personality, but we are asking her to grow up really quickly. So we have that really insane demand on her that is not healthy at all. Also, money doesn't go to her. Money doesn't go to her at all. So money disappears from her hand. It's not going to her at all. Interesting. Okay, where are you? Okay, we are there. Perfect. So once she is on that diet, she is asked to work sometimes 18 hours on set a day. Of course, in that heat, not eating, and just, yeah. Why would that not be normal? It's super normal, right? It's really normal. The mother is on the side of the studio every time she complains, and she is celebrating her 16th birthday at MGM, and she is not allowed to taste the cake, her own birthday cake. No. You don't eat. You don't eat. Chicken soup, my friend. That's it. Also, you see on the screen those 3 guys are surrounding her. Well, money-wise, she is supposed to be the star, but money-wise, she is not the star. Money-wise, she is gaining 500 a week, while if you look, just example, the Scarecrow is gaining 3,000 a week. Why? We don't know. It's how it is. We don't know. So on the set, there is 2 major accidents. We have the Wicked Witch, the one that is in black with, on the screen you see her. It should be regular green makeup, right? But it's actually allegedly copper paste that she has on her. Why, we don't know. And apparently there is an accident while they are filming. At some point, she is supposed to disappear with smoke and fire, and there is a trap opening for her. Well, the trap didn't open at some point in rehearsal, and it's just fire on her directly. She doesn't realize, she doesn't feel the pain at first. So when she looked down on her hand, there is no skin left. And the person who is supposed to help her with this after the incident, just take alcohol and just rub the skin with it to remove the paste and the makeup. But she is really, really burned. So that cannot be good. That cannot feel good at all. So imagine the next day when the studio called the hospital and asking her, when are you coming back to set? She is not really thrilled about this. The doctor takes the phone apparently and says to the studio, screaming, don't call here again. She needs to sue you. And basically, when she tries to come back to the set, weeks after, not the next day, I just want to reassure you, they are telling her this time, don't worry, your suit is fireproof. We're going to film this scene with you on this broom that has a mechanisms. It can explode, but don't worry. Like I said, your costume is completely fireproof. She refused. She only do the close up without this thing fired because she had enough. And the person who is acting as a double for her, doing those things that she refused to do, is being sent to the hospital because that thing exploded. Yeah. The other one that really suffered on set was the Tin Man. It was actually a powder, aluminum powder, that was put on his skin. The one that you see on this image is the second actor, because the first one was sent to hospital. His skin turned purple and he was not able to breathe because it got poisoned by the aluminum powder that was put on his skin. The studio refused to take responsibility. They just said he is sensitive. That's not possible. It's the aluminum powder. Don't try the aluminum powder, please, at home. Don't try it. And they hired this other actor to play the role. They changed the formula a little bit to a paste. This actor had always paste in his eyes. So apparently it was always having infection in his eyes with this. So we continue in this craziness of her life that she had. In 1940, she is winning Academy Awards for Wizard of Oz. And now we enter in a darker age. Okay, so Judy, 1941, age 19. This is her first marriage. I say first marriage because you're going to see she's not stopping at one. The first one was David Rose, age 8. My God, I cannot speak. I'm trying to go fast. It's not working. I'm going to go slow and not making mistakes. Okay, David Rose, age 31 years old. She admitted later on that it was to get just rid of her mother and to have a protector by her side. Unfortunately, the next year when she became pregnant, the studio was not thrilled about this. And the studio, her mother, and her husband just decided together without her that she needed to get rid of the baby. So they did not tell her where she was going. Her mother picked her up without telling her where she was going, and she got rid of it. Not what she wanted to be doing. And 2 months later, you will understand why she separated from her husband. Yeah. 1944, they divorced officially. And this is the year 1944 where she did the movie Meet Me in St. Louis. That was a huge success. You can even see that movie reference in Sex and the City. So it's a huge classic. If you haven't seen it, you may want to look at it. This is also on the set that she is meeting her second husband, Vincent Minnelli, the father of Lisa Minnelli. They married in 1945. He asked her to stop actually taking pills. So I kind of like him. In 1946, when she gave birth to Lisa Minnelli, she chose to restart the pills to be able to lose the weight of being pregnant. And that's where she started to be paranoid. So it's not good. We're going downhill right now. So I hope you enjoy the good side of Judy. Now we're going to the dark side. Be ready. Okay, so 1947, the next year, she had a nervous breakdown and she tried to, how do you say that politically correct? Go to the other side of the rainbow. She tried to just simply end the misery, if you catch my drift. Wink, wink. That was the first of many attempts. That was the first of many. So in 1947, she just hit rock bottom. We have nervous breakdown, trying to go to the other side. We have drinking, self-medication, and she was actually fired from a set in 1949, being late, being drunk, being not stable, basically. And in 1950, MGM had enough. He decided, like it's a person, they decided to let her go for instability for this exact same reason that, I mean, they caused it. They caused it by making her take those pills, and also causing, I'm assuming, a very unhealthy habit with food. I'm assuming we're having problem here in that department. So when they let her go, of course, she was having no money, she was in debt, and no job. And that's when she tried another time to join the other side of the rainbow, wink, wink. And we have a divorce with Vincent Minnelli in 1950 because everything was just dark at that moment. But in 1951, she married Sidney Luft, the director, and he basically told her, I'm going to restart your career. We're going to do it together. We're going to make you go back on track. They have a daughter. She is, Judy is going in the movies again with Star is Born. So like I was saying earlier, it's not the newest one, of course, but there is 4 versions of Star is Born. So if you look at those versions, she is acting in one. We have Barbara Streisand just before that was supposed to do it with Elvis, and we have her right the one before that. So they have also a son together with Sidney Luft. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on him, but one fun fact is that later on, after they're not together, he actually called Academy Awards asking them to just give him a new Oscar for her role in Wizard of Oz, claiming that she has lost it. And he tried to sell both Oscars, and it's really, really weird because well, the Academy Awards is basically stopping that, and it's a weird event. It's just trying to gain money out of something. So why also would she let him keep it? I don't get it. I really don't get it. So this is 1951, and we're skipping ahead in 1963. Judy Garland show is being created. She hates doing it apparently, but she's doing it for 2 reasons. One, it's because she wants to have more stability, and the others is now she is in debt so much. She now owe apparently several $100,000 to the tax. Apparently her agent mismanaged her money and nothing was paid with tax. So all of her money is basically gone. And she has this huge debt with the tax. So this is not something you're relaxed about. So imagine all of the rest behind the scene, our coping mechanisms just being worse and worse and worse. And we have the proof because 2 years later, in 1965, she divorced again. She is now not stable at all, and she has now I don't know how I say that. She has a problem with the liver. Okay, next. We have, in the same year that she divorced, 1965, another marriage. She got to love marriage. I think personally she was trying to find a savior, but let me know what you think in the comment. Why she had so many marriage. Also, can we really blame someone that wants to have a partner in their life and be happy? We can't. Okay, so that is 1965. She has her 4th marriage, and it's with Mark Aaron, an actor. They separated only 6 months later. Apparently, he was beating her. Nothing is easy in the world of Judy Garland. 2 years later, IRS is telling her that she now has a debt of $4 million with them. And she is selling she is selling her home to be able to pay a little bit to that debt. And she is now living in hotels, but Iris is taking directly from the money she is making, so she's unable to pay the hotels and she's being locked out of rooms. She has to switch hotels and it's basically just infernal. So this is the worst of the worst. She finally collapsed on stage in 1968 from exhaustion, basically. 1969, she is married for the final time to Mickey Deans, the actor, a very young actor. And she died only 3 months later from accidental overdose, age 47. This is not an easy life at all. So I'm just going to ask Coco. Coco, do you have any questions for Judy Garland? She's going to let me know. That's my angel behind the scene. I love Coco. Let's shuffle. What was karmic for her? Was this karmic for her? Okay. So, what was okay? I hear your question. I see it, but I hear something else. I'm just going to go with my intuition on this. I'm going to ask. Yeah, was it karmic for her? I hear your question, but I'm going to ask what was karmic for her in this. Okay, so we have the devil. I don't see her natal chart. I didn't see it. That will be real interesting to see it one day. But I have the devil, addictions. And this is also fame. It could also represent money. Anything that is alluring, that if you overdo it, it's really, really not a good idea to overdo it. So I think that she was supposed to be tempted, but she had her own free will of going into it or not. We have 2 of Cups. She had to have those marriage. That was absolutely karmic with many of them. So I'm not sure. I'm not sensing that she was married in past life with them all. I hear the number 3. I don't know who that is, but the number 3 is not karmic for her, but the others, she was already with them in past lives. Number 3 is not karmic for her, but the number of marriage was really karmic. She had to go over and over in relationship to overcome a sense of the devil would be the dependence on this partnership. And the final thing is Ace of Pentacles. She was supposed to, well, when I say was supposed, we aimed for her to be a star without the addiction, without a dependence on partners. But unfortunately, she used her free will, and those challenges forged her also to not go on the road of independence and not on the road of success on a scale of health, let's say health, because she was really miserable, I think, at a lot of moments in her life. The similar case that we have is Britney Spears. Why she's similar? Because they both had to, well, it's 1 point, but they both had to redo their nose according to what the studio wanted to have. They also, both of them were asked to abort. Is that how you say that? To not keep their baby, basically, when they were pregnant, even though they both wanted to keep it. We learned that from the book, the autobiography that Britney Spears recently published. She admitted that she was pregnant from Justin Timberlake and she wanted to keep it, but was basically forced to just abort. So both of them had that. And also both of them were forced by parents to take medication to perform. So if we remember, Britney Spears was in a tour for I don't know which show. Let me know if you know which show it was. I don't remember which show it was. But when she was under the tyranny of the conservatorship of her father, she was forced to tour and she was forced to take medication to perform on stage, basically stimulant, the same thing as Judy was forced to take with the mother's knowledge of it, with her blessing on this. They both had multiple marriage. Britney Spears had 3 marriage, so we're not far away from marriage that Judy Garland had in her lifetime. Those two cases are really similar. We're really seeing that nothing is new under the sun when it comes to Hollywood. Nothing is new, and I'm sure that if we have those two cases, there is so many other women that were forced to do the same things. Just right away, I'm just going to say it to you if you don't know it. If you don't know it, Marilyn Monroe was also forced to abort so many times when her only wish was to be a mother. So this is just the story of 2 or 3 women right now, but I am sure so many other were under the same spell, under the same kind of tyranny of extreme diet, extreme condition, not respect, not able to become a mother, in the name of keeping their image of a little girl the longest time possible, and then suffering with mental health. Yeah, it's heavy, I know, but this is life. This is Hollywood. I hope you were able to appreciate those information and that you were able to learn some things, or just add it. If you have new information that you want me to learn about Judy Garland, let me know in a comment. I always read your comment and I love it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Don't forget to book with me if you want a reading with maisonjupiter.com. It's our website. And also, please like, share, and also subscribe to Beyond Mystic Tree. Thank you so much. I love you guys.